So you're looking to buy a new microphone, but there's so many different options out there and so many different price points. What do you actually need? Do you need to spend $450 on something like this, the RE20? Or can you make do with the microphone I've actually been using this whole time? The SingStar mic. Random microphones you find around your house that you've probably already got. Doesn't sound too bad, does it? Well, let's have a look at a few different microphones, types of microphones, and price points for microphones to see what you actually need. Let's do it. So let's start with the SingStar mic from the intro, and for the few quid that you could find this for online, or you might just have one lying around the house, this actually sounds pretty decent. I wouldn't recommend doing anything serious with this, voice acting, audiobooks, anything like that, but if you want to stream or record your gameplay, upload to YouTube, just talk with your mates, this thing's perfect. It works absolutely fine. There are a few things to bear in mind. A microphone like this will tend to have quite a lot of noise in the signal, which you'll have to remove later. Now, that is relatively easy to do with noise reduction or noise gating, but it does require a bit of know-how, and you'll find a video on the channel for that. Also, I should mention that the plosives on this thing are particularly bad, so get ready. Please practice proper plosive prevention. I think I almost messed up my P's there, but you get the idea. But on the whole, if you just want a basic microphone to get your voice into a computer, into TikTok, into Instagram, whatever you're looking to do, this thing's absolutely fine. It really is pretty cheap to get started. Alright, on to our next mic, and you might notice the lack of any big, bulky mics around me, and just this little guy here. The Boya BY-M1 lavalier microphone, which is completely unique from all the other mics in this video, in that it's the most flexible by a long, long way. This thing can record straight into your phone, you can take it outside to record. It's just super simple to carry around with you, and just get good audio wherever you go. Now, you can pick one of these up for about £15, and if you're looking to move around in your room while you stream, while you game, or you're looking to record outside, this is a really good option. Now, it does have a little, this is going to sound bad by the way, it does have a little wind cap thing. It's not the best. If you really want to go out in the wind, you're going to need what they call a dead cat, which this does not come with. But for the most part, this thing kind of does the job of stopping any plosives. Although, to be honest, you shouldn't really be putting plosives into a microphone that's down here anyway. Unless you really mean to. Our next microphone then is the first in the video that I would consider to be a bit more professional tier, although still insanely cheap. This is the Behringer C2, and they come in a set of two for £50, so £25 for one if you can find them on eBay. Now, while I personally would still recommend you going one step above this if you want to use it for actual voice acting or audiobooks, this thing actually sounds pretty decent, and I have in fact done a full professional audiobook on this microphone, and the client was really happy with it. It sounded great, so you can use it for that. Now, this is an XLR microphone, so you do have to worry about slightly more complications in how you set it up. You are going to need an interface, XLR cables, that kind of stuff, just to get sound from it into your computer, but you are going to get the best audio quality with XLR over USB, though there are some good USB microphones out there these days. Also, if you are going to look at this mic in particular, this is a... That's the preview of why I'm going to say this. This is a small diaphragm condenser microphone, and usually they have big issues with plosives. Now, this thing has got a pop filter on it, but even with that, it's awful. Please practice proper plosive prevention. Oh my god, it's terrible. But, you know, if you are careful with where you face when you're talking into the microphone, if you keep the pop filter on it, you can still get really, really good audio out of this thing. Okay, so here we are at the sweet spot, the golden Goldilocks zone for microphones. This is the Audio-Technica AT2020, and you can pick one of these up for probably under $100 these days. And there are hundreds of microphones at this price point that sound really, really good. I have done professional work on this microphone. I have been paid for work on this microphone. And if you know what you're doing, you can get a really good sound out of this thing. Even straight out of the box, this sounds good. I will have been flicking back and forth between processed and unprocessed audio, and you can hear just how good this thing sounds. And this thing is built like a tank, by the way. You can drop this, I'm not going to say you can run it over with a bus, because you probably couldn't, but it'll survive an awful lot. This will last 4 years and sound great all the time. Now, as I said, there are hundreds of microphones at this price point that all sound pretty damn good, and to be honest, if I was looking to buy a microphone at this price point now, I probably wouldn't get the Audio-Technica AT2020, as good as it is, because there are better options out there. But if you are looking to stream, game, perform professional work, a $100 microphone is a great starting point. Yes, there are better microphones out there that cost thousands and thousands of pounds. You can get a Neumann. But starting is way more important than waiting for the perfect microphone. You can get booked for professional work today with this mic. On then to our last microphone for the day, and this is my absolute favorite because I use it every day. This is my Electro-Voice RE20. Now, this thing is also built like an absolute tank, just like the AT2020. I have literally dinged it against the desk a couple of times and bashed it, and it still works absolutely fine. But it also sounds really, really good. You might notice it sounds less high-end, less sparkly than the other microphones, and more sort of deep and bassy, thick in the voice. And that's because this is a dynamic microphone. It requires a lot more power to get the signal into your PC, but it gives you that radio presence. It sounds really, really good. And if your room isn't treated with stuff like this behind me or all over this place, if you could see, it's going to be a lot more forgiving on the reverb around the room. You're going to hear a lot less of it and a lot more of your voice. Now, this thing currently sells in the UK at about £500. It's actually less if you're in America. It's fewer dollars than it is pounds, which is a bit weird, but I love the sound this thing gives you. And if you want to game or stream, this is absolutely ideal. If you want to perform audiobooks, this is, again, absolutely perfect. This is a great microphone for that. However, if you do want to go into voice acting like character work, you probably are going to want to look at a condenser over a dynamic like this one, because condensers just sound a little bit more natural, a bit more believable. But this is still a phenomenal microphone, and really, if you pick one up, you're going to be happy. Now, similar microphones in the price range are really the main competitor, the SM7B, which again sounds incredible. It's a very dark microphone. It gives your voice that deep quality, and it just sounds smooth and brilliant. But for me, I prefer this one, probably just because I picked this one up. But as we come into the conclusion, I hope you can see that while this microphone sounds great at $450, £500, whatever it is, you don't need to spend that to get amazing sounding audio. You can easily get incredible sounding audio for under $100, for under $50, really. And if you're looking to game or stream, getting started is the most important thing. Don't delay it because you don't think you have the right equipment. Jumping in and making content is the most important. Getting started now, getting experience, and just enjoying yourself. So, if you enjoyed this video or it helped you at all, leave a like and subscribe for more audio tips and content like this. I've been Nathan. Go get recording. I'll see you next time.